Hey guys, Josh Carter here. Got James. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today on the channel. We're going to be installing a lift on our 2022 Broncos, Bronco Sports.
Yep.
So we just wanted to go with a little bit bigger tire, which we'll show you guys at the end of this video what it looks like with the lift and the tires on there. So we got spacers, but I don't think we're going to put them on. We don't know yet. We're going to run it, see how it looks, and go from there. So anyways, we're going to show you guys how to do this install, how easy it is. James did his the other day, and the instructional video that's out isn't bad, but it's also a lot of steps that can be, I guess, avoided.
Shortcutted or whatever. So we're just going to
kind of show you,
streamline it a little bit.
So stay tuned, and hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, well first we'll show you what's going to come in this kit.
Yeah, this is the FordRangerLifts.com lift. This is the 2 1/4. This is the 2 1/4 lift. So this is your hardware for your front here. That's all that. And then this is the hardware for the back. I've kind of separated this out for what it would be, what parts are for what. So these here will go together. This is each side too. So this is how, that's your parts for each side. And then these will go like in front arm and stuff like that. We'll show you all that stuff here in just a few, but like Josh said, we've already taken a few things out. We've taken the little covers off of here. It's a 10mm bolt here, and then there's one right back in here. But first you got to take these little clips off. These come off by hand. If you have a little bit of trouble with that, you can just use a screwdriver and push behind them and pop them off. We went ahead and done that, and found out it's best to use a wrench on this one just because you can't get it up. I mean, you could use a ratchet, a little small ratchet if you wanted to, but it's really not that hard. And then first you're going to take the brake line, take this, it's a little 8mm bolt here, take that out, and then what I did was I just loosened this. This is like a 32mm. Just take this and loosen it up. I didn't take this all the way off, and we're going to pop this off, these bolts, and then we're going to pop it loose. Well, we actually got to take this off too. So we're going to take these bolts, and then we'll drop this right out, and we'll go from there.
This is what you think about, James, about a 2-hour job, you said?
Maybe it depends on, if you're just doing it the first time, it's probably a little bit longer, but if you've done it before, it's not terrible. But also, I forgot to say in the early, take this off too. You want to get everything off of that. And these are splined, so we're just going to leave them in there until we get done up top. I think it is a 13mm. Get this out of the way. There we go. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to take a grinder and we're going to cut like this lip off. So I'll just come from this side and just take and taper it like at a 45. So basically we just cut that little lip off, which gives you some room for your axle. So now we're just going to install the top hat. All right. Pick this up. That ain't up there. Let's get this one on. Then I'll tweak it that way a little bit.
Basically, we just put the jack under there to pick this up, so you could get that bolted back on there. Because, like I say, it's where everything's, you know, we put that 2 inches on.
It's got a lot of tension.
It's got a lot of tension. So, but once you get it back down on the ground and all that stuff, everything will kind of. I mean, when you do it, your axle's going to look all, you know, in a bind. But once you get it back on the ground, everything works itself out. And
yep.
so.
You can just line this back up. You don't get your hand first.
I don't know if you know this or not, but your hands are really dirty.
Really? They're always dirty.
Mine,
I put them in places they shouldn't be, though. A deep well would work better. But
good and tight.
yep, we tighten this one more bolt up here. With the 13. Good and tight.
Now we'll basically, it's the same thing for the other side. James he's just putting you can see the plastic piece that goes back in here.
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff is self-explanatory basically. But we're not gonna show doing the other side. But then once we're done there, we'll show you guys how to do the rear here in just a little bit. All right, guys. So James, he's going ahead and taking the clips off this panel so we can drop that down. We do got a jack stand on there just in case somebody says anything, and then we also got 2 other jacks under it. But James said last time this was the back was a lot easier than the front. So
yeah,
but we got it on so far, and that's what she's looking like. You see there's a little bit more lift on there. It actually looks pretty tough. On James's, it makes it, and you'll see here in a little while, it actually levels the vehicle out really, really well. So you don't look like your front end's squatted.
and see the teardrop nut goes in the front. So just remember that. And take you. That out. And now there we go.
Springs out.
Take your spring out. We're gonna pop this off. Then we're gonna take and separate these two pieces. Just like that. Not gonna need that. You're gonna take one. He's got his stickers all wrong on this one. This air is supposed to face this way. See where it's got the blue? You're gonna line up blue to blue. And see, this one's got like a green and blue. We're gonna line that up top. So we're gonna put it right back in the same exact spot. I'm gonna try to just line this up with this. Just gonna push this down. Spring in. We'll twist this. Not the whole thing, just the top piece. A little bit. Make sure everything looks good. Like that.
All right, so this is gonna be left loose. And then what are you crawling up in here to do now?
This bar here comes across and it's got 2 bolts to go in it. We're going to take and put these spacers on top. So you're going to take it loose. We're going to put these on top. Then you're going to take your shorter bolt, just the bolt, and you're just going to run it through the whole thing and tighten it back down. That's pretty.
Right. I'll let James take over the camera and kind of show you what he's talking about when he's getting ready to do it all.
So you pull this back just like that. And see those 2 bolts up there? That one and that one. And that one. We're going to take them out, and that's where we're going to put them spacers on top and then tighten it back up. I'll stick them both up there first. It's easier. Because you can pull it down. Let's stick them on top. Alright, give me one of the bolt, just the bolt. The washer's going another. The bigger long bolt. Alright, where's the other shorter one? Right.
Oh, sorry.
That's when you just take your jack. Right underneath here.
Just line it up.
Shock's gonna line up first. Boom. And you just keep on going. Make sure everything looks good.
Sometimes for this job, you might need like a little lineup bar for some of it too.
Yeah, it does help to have a little. And then the square nuttish one goes on your shock. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Pull that out. We still got to put the big spacers in. But this is where I do it a little differently. They're right here. That's your two spots. I got a jack underneath the middle right now, holding like the rear end up. We're gonna go ahead and pull these before we even do the other side. And we're gonna go ahead and put this and the spacers in and be done with this side completely before we even start the other side. This one here is a little bit more difficult. And then now, see it's still up. We're just gonna drop this jack just a little bit.
All right.
We got like 1.5 inches.
Come on down. That might be. It's got to be close right there.
And what you do, just take your spacers, shove them in here, and take your new bolt and washer, run it right through. To me, this keeps everything lined up than having everything loose at one time.
You ain't got to worry about the whole bottom falling out of it.
Yeah, and
And you also have to do on the other side an exhaust drop, but we don't have to because
we already put a hitch on there.
yeah, when we put a hitch on it, it already did that.
We're just going to jack it back up a little bit. Put some pressure on it, and we're going to make sure everything is good and centered. Oh, that one. Oh, good. I can get to that one. And then we'll put our this. Keep it centered. Oh. That's good. Tighten her up. And we done.
Yeah, a whole lot easier than the front.
Yep, not bad at all. Now we can slam the tire back on this side and start the other side.
So basically, that's it on the install, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's the complete install for us
yeah.
because we don't have to do the exhaust drop. So that's the only thing we're not doing in here. It comes with a few extra bolts and stuff to drop everything down, but we've already done the hitch. So
now we're just we got James's at the shop now getting tires on it, and then we're gonna take mine and get the tires put on it. But when we go pick James's up, we'll show you guys what it looks like with the new tires, the bigger tires we put on it.
And we'll go over what tire size we got and everything. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's a lot of different tire sizes and stuff out there, and I kind of went with something it's a metric size, but it says that it's equivalent to a 31.5, and they're Toyo something 3.
You'll see when we pick it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, so it's getting hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s today, so we started on this project early in the morning. So now we're gonna, but I mean, we started at, what would we say it was, like close to 9, basically, when we started it?
Well, it's probably 8:30, 8:45.
Oh yeah, because we couldn't get your
and it's 9:47 right now.
Yeah,
So
about an hour in it.
yeah, so we got one more side to do, and then we're done.
Yeah, so hour and a half, 2
Yeah.
hours if you ain't ever done one. But James did his.
Maybe 2.5.
Yeah, so James did his. He already knew what needed to be done, so it made it a little bit easier doing mine. So
Yeah, and plus it was the reason we're shooting this is just to make things a little bit easier. To actually show you exactly where everything is and everything that you need to do.
So. All right, well, guys, once we go pick James's car up, we'll show you what it looks like with the lift and the tires. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, that is the lift. I know I was gonna tell y'all, we'll show you when we got the tires on, but I did want to show you guys after we got it back and front done. You can actually see it levels it out really well. So we're gonna, like I say, go get James's this afternoon. Take this one, and then you'll be able to see what it's gonna look like with these bigger tires. So stay tuned. All right, guys, it's the next day. We ended up having to fix some stuff after we got the tires on.
We had to do a little trimming, that's all.
Yeah. It wasn't major. Well, not too bad.
Not too bad.
But it took us a little while to get some stuff trimmed up on both vehicles after we picked them up.
And it was pretty much dark, so we really couldn't film much.
Yeah, we couldn't film. But we're going to kind of go over everything with you, what all we had to trim. So, but we're going to show you guys the cars now after we got the tires and lift on it, and I really hope you guys like it. So, that's what it looks like. Those are 31.5s.
Well, they are a LT 245 75 R17.
Okay. So
which
it's a
is
metric
equivalent,
size.
yeah, it's a metric size, which is equivalent to like a 31.
So
it's like a 9.5 by 31.
But I mean, it's tight, but it looks really, really good. James got his all washed up this morning, so it looks really, really clean. But what we basically had to do is we ended up having to go in and trim, especially on the driver's side is where you got to be careful. Guys that are running 32s, I really don't understand how they're doing it. And I'm going to show you why. Because for one, if you look here, it's super close to the shock tower. I mean, super close.
But you could put a spacer on there and help that out, but it's going to push the tire out. But we took and cut this off, like straight across here, and then had to cut this metal beam thing here. We tried bending it over and everything like that. There was just no way.
They made it out of some special magic metal that's hard to, I mean, even hard to cut. The main thing too up front here is
there's like a computer box right behind here. So I took a couple zip ties and just kind of pulled the felt tight around there on that.
Because on mine it still rubs a little bit, but it's not hitting. I mean, so the computer box has a cover over it, so it's kind of barely grazing that box, I think. So I don't think it's going to be nothing horrible.
And on the back we noticed that like it doesn't actually seem like it sits centered in the
wheel well.
In the wheel well. Like it's pretty close, like from here to here, but on the inside it narrows down a lot.
Especially on the front side of it.
And so we just took and cut this off right here straight across and just took that out and just spray painted it black.
And that's just the felt. I mean, it's really easy to cut. There's nothing behind it. We did it on both sides. We also took those stupid little mud flapper things off too, on the front and back.
Because they were tight. Well, the front ones fell off.
Yeah, the front ones fell off. If you go look at yours, keep an eye on it, because they'll fall off. I can guarantee you. But like I say, and this side on the front wasn't that bad. There's no computer box in the front. You can actually pull that felt back, zip tie it up, just so it's pulled tighter to the frame. And then on this side too, we did the same thing. You had to cut that tab off and then trim the felt and then painted it black inside the fender well. So other than that, I mean, I think like James said last night, it was harder figuring out how to get the tires from rubbing than it was putting the whole lift on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just trying to figure out how to do that. I didn't really want to cut that piece, but then we just really didn't have a choice. I beat it with a sledgehammer and everything. It just wasn't. I cut it so I could bend it. I put pipe wrenches, the whole adjustable wrench, tried to bend it over. It just didn't work. So and all else fails, break a grinder out.
Yep.
We didn't have a choice. We already had the tires.
Yeah, they were there and on and everything.
I might, if I had to do it again, I might would just go with something that's equivalent to a 31.
Yeah.
And leave it at that instead of one that's this size.
But I mean, the way it rides and drives, honestly, you don't notice much difference at all from factory tires.
Yeah, and this is the open country TA. I can't remember. It's a AT3s.
Yeah.
Open country AT3s, and they just ride excellent. And the grooves in them are a little bit wider than the BFG, so they don't pick up as much of the little bitty stones and stuff like that and just sling them everywhere.
But they look tough, though.
Yeah.
They look super tough. And I do apologize for all the road noise. We were right by the road in the morning. We're busy. But yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We tried to do as much as we can with just showing you the odd and ends to installing the lift. And then some of the things you're going to go through when installing these bigger tires on the Bronco.
Yep.
They look mean. You just got to put a little bit of elbow grease in and try to get them right, you know, once you put it on there. But when we had everything done, they aligned it and everything for us. So
Yep.
everything's good to go on that. And so anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This is the outdoor channel, so we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff from, just our everyday vehicle stuff.
Yep.
I mean, this is stuff we use when we travel and fish kayak tournaments. And
I actually found last night that I've been talking to Josh about, they actually did release the bulletproof mount for the Bronco Sport.
oh yeah, like we did one on our One Objective bass fishing channel.
Yeah.
That's what we did with that. We ended up doing it on the F250.
Yeah.
So,
F250 and 350
yep.
models, the new 2023s. But we're probably going to do that to these just because we like them so much in our other trucks.
Yeah.
So that'll probably be the next little video we'll have out for the Bronco.
And then we're going here soon. We're going to have a video coming out. It's going to be James or mine. I don't know whose. A walkthrough of like how we travel with these when we go to kayak tournaments.
And a year-end review.
Yeah.
Because we put Josh's has 40,000 on it, and mine has 36,000 on it right now. So we could do between the two of us, we could do a year-end review. Pretty good one, I think.
Yeah. So other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you later. And like I say, make sure you subscribe. Check out all our other fishing videos. Hunting season here and come in. Hopefully have some hunting videos coming out here soon. But other than that, we'll talk to you later, guys. See ya.
See y'all.